Oh, perhaps... Oh, you know what I never thought of? Perhaps because... so... He always... In the last world we learned in a throwaway line, that Ein was what he used as his username in the world he came from. Like Mike. Yeah, he was from a modern world, and it's what he used for like his online. Oh, I was gonna. Okay, nope. Right. I thought. Hmm. Very. Yeah. All right, we all ready then? Well. Alrighty. And alright, we are good
All right.
to go.
We are back. Next day, we're doing a mini, like, micro part 1 session. I need to know what these fuckers are gonna say to Ein, who you guys just got to the inn that Freya is holding Ormond, that you now know is Ein. You don't know why Freya has Ormond. You can theorize it has something to do with Zivadona, most likely, but it's unclear as to what's going on here. But for Camille and Felix, this is the guy who your parents fought and dealt with for so long. I mean, he blew up the first Renati. I mean, he did a lot of bad. He blew up the survivors' hometown. He did a lot of bad shit in the last campaign.
Yeah.
This is like war criminal, escaped terrorist, Ein.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I've, as you see, I've put up a map. In case I had to prepare for the potential of battle. I don't know you guys doing that,
There
what you're gonna
might be
do.
several bodies out in the hallway that we can't see.
Maybe. And so as we left off, after the nice Artello Manor sequence, you guys were brought in by Freya and her goons as soon as you entered Dearmas, as they didn't really want to wait around any more days than needed to get this conversation out of the way. They led you up to the top floor of the Brass Flame, the suite, which it seems like they've reserved. It's just filled with her goons. And they've been here a few days. And as you enter the back room, you find sitting in a chair on the opposite of a table in a small room is Ormond in shackles, sitting before you, with Freya in the corner just picking her nails absent-mindedly until she noticed that, "Where's Evelyn?"
Evelyn is not with us. We tried to tell your posse that she will be
Did she
arriving late.
die?
No.
No,
Well,
she's too strong for
that's
that.
nice, at least. Yes, that's true. She is too strong for that. Oh, right. She, there's an attendant in the room with you. She, like, looks at him annoyed. "Get out." And they leave and close the door to the door. There we go. All right. By the way, does anyone here look surprised to see Ormond?
Oh yeah. I mean,
we were told.
I
we were
mean,
told.
I'm asking, does anyone look surprised to see Ormond?
yeah, because even though we were told, it's still kind of like a.
Oh shit.
I sat with this guy on a train not but
Right.
a few weeks, not like a month ago, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing
Okay.
that this man was.
I'm kind of just
who he
grinding my
is.
Mm-hmm.
Jim straight up isn't looking at him. He is looking
Gotcha.
like down at the floor in the corner, repeating God's mantra to himself quietly.
I'm looking him dead in the eyes and just.
He looks at a loss as you guys have been like thrust into the room.
I never saw him before in my life.
Yeah. I don't even know who you are.
You've got to be important.
True.
though.
Freya stands up from the chair in the corner. This one is a prisoner of ours until further notice, and I made an agreement with him. In return for an easy capture, he asked to speak with, lo and behold, Evelyn before leaving. I didn't really expect Evelyn to not be here for this, but I'm getting bored of waiting around. So she looks over to Orm and goes, "This'll have to do for now." And he's like, "No, that's not what we agreed upon." And she gets up and pushes past you guys and goes, "I'll be right outside the door, so unless you can whisper at incredibly low frequencies, I'll be hearing everything. Enjoy your time with him." And she just steps out and closes the door, leaving you guys alone with Ormond.
Oh, no.
As he's like,
You ever had a pineapple shoved up your ass?
At 4 p.m.
She'll be generous. Sorry.
And
Oh,
so
anyway,
Ormond, the old man before you, his gnarled bony fingers, the manacles, is just like, "Well, that's not how I expected this to go."
that's all you have to say for yourself.
Are you really him?
Right, sorry, I'm alive. Oh, what a miracle.
Is the ring still on his finger?
No, he has no rings on him.
Oh. Well, he's gonna die soon anyway.
Well, my parents knew you were alive, thanks to her.
My dear boy, your parents, they know I'm alive. That's strange. I've never met your parents.
Oh, right, I'm sorry. Are
Okay,
you
bro.
really
How's-
Ein?
At that, there's like a tick, like a twitch. I'm sorry. You're going to have to repeat that. Am I
Bradley.
really?
Your name is Bradley.
There's an even bigger twitch that. My name is Iron Sovereign.
Your brother was.
Shit.
Father. Yes.
I guess that answers that
How
question.
did you find out? He looks around the room again.
Stories.
Did you
Where
think
And
our...
is-
stories.
Where is she?
your
In the hands of a
daughters
certain person.
are not here right now?
Daughters? Interesting. I'm assuming
do-
they're safe.
For the most part.
They're safe.
Of course, that depends on you.
Are you threatening me?
I don't know. You've threatened a lot of people in your time.
Yes,
You
it
don't
is
like it,
sort
do
of a
you?
pastime of mine.
I'm gonna do an intimidation. You don't like it, do you?
Go for it.
Just a lot.
I know.
Hey, I mean,
I can certainly
miracles
try.
happen.
Miracles happen. Can I flare my aura for this or no?
Yeah, of course. He doesn't have an
That
aura.
made
He can't
many
do
an
anything.
Impossible situation possible.
Yeah. It does.
Aura's good at that.
Intimidation.
21.
It's not terrible.
He takes like a measured breath. Okay.
You're going
Have
to
you-
pay for the crimes that you've committed.
Oh, I'm aware of that. I'm already on the way to it.
What do
I
they have
knew-
planned for you?
Well, if I'd known that that bard was so valuable, I never would have slit his throat. I would have just warped his mind and made him forget me. That would have been much easier now.
Upon him saying that, Jared kind of like slams his
Growl.
paw down. Excuse me?
Your dog needs to go for a walk, apparently.
Oh,
Don't you dare talk about Julius like that, you
you
monster.
don't,
Who?
you don't want to mess with Tierbrin.
Julius?
Get a bad
Oh,
explanation.
the bard, right.
Mhm.
The one
bard.
fucking the dragon queen, yes.
Jared turns around and he's now growling.
What's wrong, puppy? Might strike a nerve.
He might slit your throat and eat it, so
Honestly?
I wouldn't provoke him.
It'd save me the pain of what's coming, I'm sure. Go for it. If you really do know who I am with all the things you've said, and that means you now know who Imperia really is, and she's not here, you have me at a disadvantage. Take pride in that. It doesn't happen often.
Oh,
Additionally, he shows his hands. This is the first time in almost 200 years I haven't had protection.
You also
Yeah.
you say that Imperia's not here, but where is the real Imperia? The one my
You mean his
parents
dragon.
spoke of, your dragon.
If you are speaking, as you say, dragon, his expression darkens. You do not have the right to taint your foul little tongue with that name. Especially not you. Or you, looking to Camille.
Are you mad? Mad because my father was the one who made you kill yourself, kill your entire nation.
I was, for a while. I won't deny I had a few dark fantasies of what I'd do to you. Wasn't exactly mature of me. But I've gotten past that. I've matured, as you can see. I've had some time to live the humble life of a poor old man and his peasant daughter. It's changed me, really, at my core.
I'm sure it
I get
has.
the feeling we don't have to even incite that.
No.
You can use whatever insight you have if you'd like, but
You know.
it's
Kinda.
Ein.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
20 years ago, he was like living in a utopia that floated through the sky and had a dragon fuck orgy harem, on top of a castle. The guy's not humble.
No.
Yeah.
Answer me plainly. Is Imperia safe?
For now.
Foolish girl.
Would you rather she died? Can you
No,
make that right?
I understand. What do you want to know?
Castellus.
She's told you everything, hasn't she? Foolish imp. All right, what about Castellus?
How... He should have died too. He was... They said he was working with you back then. So it would have made
Yes.
sense that he was on that island with you.
When your father convinced me that it'd be a good idea to launch the first attack on the Tarask, Castellus argued. He tried to explain to me the Tarask's nature. But at the time, I was just so ready to prove to the world my power that I didn't listen. He apparently knew what was going to happen before any of us did. put it bluntly, he saved my life.
How?
I'm
believe-
tapping my adamantine sword.
I believe you're familiar with how he lost his aura at one point. Brought him
I
to a very low place. Made him desperate. So he came to me. We started working together. I thought it was an interesting union. He had a lot of insights into this world that I could never understand. He was older, far more ancient. He knew things that the primes never understood. He knew of Elkest, for one, when we all thought the world was surrounded by clouds and the size of one continent. When he lost his aura, performed some ritual that allowed him to siphon the aura from Cortis, the great blue crystal that was the prison of the Pleroma at the time. He used that aura to reestablish himself. But apparently it did something to him. Something about the aeonic infused aura, I don't really remember. He was rambling a lot. I don't really get aura, if you haven't noticed. But whatever power he had was stronger than whatever destroyed us. The God Lance was a joke to him. I hate to admit that scared me a bit, honestly. I thought about killing him. Really did. Become a bit of a thorn in my side before too long, but after God's Ascent was destroyed, I didn't really have a lot of allies or options to me. So I went with him to this Order of Invilis. He said we were going to remake the world. I've heard that before. From me. And let me tell you, it doesn't go to plan. You ask me how Casella saved my life? I still don't understand it. His aura was like nothing I've ever seen before. Blacker than the night and stronger than anything else.
It wasn't black.
No, his previous aura was purple of all of the royals.
Whatever.
You don't think
Point.
Is he the cause of the plague?
The Merc, is it? Yes,
Yes.
almost certainly.
I'm gonna insight that.
Okay.
I'm just insight.
16. As much as Ein can be, as you can assume, he seems to be playing you straight here. He seems like the kind of guy who doesn't have a lot of options left, is currently helpless before you, on his way to be executed by Zivadona, no rings, and you have his daughter. With the way you've been talking, it sounds like you have her hostage, so he's playing along. He continues. Do you remember when we were at the crater and you found that note? The one written in Rook script.
Yes.
Well, as it happens, I happen to have had a vestment of language, one of the primes. I could read it. And at the bottom of the note, if you'll note it, there's a star, an 8-pointed star, a strange little scrolled symbol. That's the symbol of the Order. That's when I knew, way back then, that I'd been tricked. They didn't tell me anything about that going onto that train. And the note had no provision for myself or Imperia, which means we were sent to die. Stellis and I have always had a bit of a disagreement on the way things are done, but I didn't think he'd be that bold. I don't really know what he's planning with the plague, but I can theorize.
What are your theories?
He's trying to destabilize the kingdom, isn't it obvious? He put the plague onto a train that had the president of Dane, the Grand Archbishop's wife and son, those of the Holy Land, on a diplomatic mission to bring peace and go to the festival for some fun times, built by Elkin from the Holy Land, and was ensorcelled to be protected by Toloko himself. And then a plague breaks out from this train, heading to the capital where there's a 10-year celebration festival. Isn't it obvious? This is all just supposed to cause chaos. He's just trying to get everyone distracted.
And for all of the regions to attack the Holy Land.
Maybe not the Holy Land. I don't know. That doesn't quite track just yet. I was thinking that too, but if he was doing that, he would have made it even more obvious. Instead, the notes that he put on the guards were in Rook script, a Calciphelian organization, marked with the Order's mark. He could have just simply made it something traveler-related. Could have had them signed by Dior or something. No, I think he's trying to sow as much confusion as possible. It's what I would do if I was going to destabilize and destroy a country from the inside.
So
Everyone's pointing the finger at everyone else.
They're all red herrings.
Probably. Maybe. Who knows? The Rooks might actually be involved. Or there might be some other party. I don't know the full scope of his plans. These are just theories of what I would do if I was going to destroy a kingdom patiently.
What do you gain from telling us all this? What's your play?
I think I may have mentioned that me and Castellus don't really get along. He took a liking to Imperia some time ago. Made her his chosen. Gave her power. Gave her that purple aura. She started to get all affectionate with him. She wanted to make him proud. And I cannot wait to see her stab him in the face.
Where is the order?
It's in Gardus. In Aspira, underground. But she could tell you that as well.
Do
Most
you-
of... Oh, my apologies. A couple people.
What do you know of Jamat?
Jamat. What was that? The Archpaladins? Yes, the Archpaladin, yes. What about him?
Son of the Archbishop? He's been doing a lot lately.
Good for
That
him.
Seems to be connected to the Merc.
I'm afraid I don't know much about the Merc itself. Just that Castellus is probably the source of it. I will say that it is the most unusual disease I've ever heard of. It's selective in who it infects. Moves strangely. Appears at random. Besides, some people are resilient and some people aren't. Doesn't act like any biotoxin I'd use. I'd just use good old cyanide or mustard gas or various things. Maybe some bubonic plague.
Sorry, Becky.
Smallpox. Smallpox would work.
I can't believe how casually he's just saying this.
He's a war criminal, guys.
Yeah.
He's a terrible person.
Yeah.
So you said Gardest.
Gardus, yes. The Gardesian Empire, the Kingdom of Gardus, whatever, ruled by that child and secretly ruled by the Order. Even the king, the High King, doesn't know he's being controlled.
Does its location ever change in terms of the Order? Do they?
No, they have an ancestral location. It's very important to them. Very traditional.
Alright. I have a question about something else then.
Oh, please. I love the talking dog. Please talk more, dog.
You met Billy. Do you know anything about what's going on with him?
It pains me to say I have no fucking clue what that kid's deal is. Kind of freaks me out, to be entirely honest.
What was your story? Oh wait, does Morgana not know that?
Oh, no, Morgana wouldn't know that, sorry.
Never mind.
I know, it's hard to keep the stuff separate.
Yeah, I was like, wait, no, she doesn't know that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if his friend had a connection to this, but if you would know.
If his friend is connected to this, it's some sort of vague connection I'm very unaware of, I assure you.
You mentioned cyanide.
Yes, it's a chemical.
What do you know of Kenku assassins?
Kenku assassins? Now that's an interesting topic. Let me go back into the memory banks a bit here. Any more detail?
Yes.
Does this have anything to do with the order?
I'm gonna pull out one of the poison vials.
They
This
laced up with almost anything.
is the poison that they were utilizing.
Let me see.
Really fucking hurts.
I'd have to taste it to be more to know more accurately, but
When we questioned
As much
one,
as we would love to kill you.
oh, I'm
It might-
sure you would.
when we questioned one, it started ranting about something. What was it again, Felix?
Yes, when we tried to communicate with one, it kept rambling. Oh, did my file not save that? Oh, okay, hold on. Auto recovery. Let me open this. It didn't save that one.
That's concerning.
Yeah, it didn't save
A little
my
bit.
update. There we go. Okay. There we go. I am nameless. I am no one. I am part of the collective. I serve the collective.
As you say collective, he kind of like
Collective.
furrows
is
his
the only thing I
brow
can
and
come up with.
turns and looks to like the wall. Collective. Does that sound familiar?
I thought the guild collective, but I'm not sure. It's the only collective I know of.
Some sort of hive mind. We made some progress with him, but then upon seeing green aura, he reverted.
You fucked it up, yeah.
Was there anything else on him? Anything of interest otherwise?
Yes,
that
they
red
were
crystal.
carrying around this device, which
The red crystal.
well, first I'm pointing out the thing that lets you see red aura.
Oh, the resonance
The
force.
resonance.
Resonance fork.
A
Resonance.
resonance fork. You don't have aura, so I'm
What's it tuned to?
red.
Red aura.
Interesting.
And then this, and I pull out the dagger.
Crystal dagger.
Yeah.
When they used it, it made my aura flare, and then they focused on me.
Yes. When Tierbrin
Say
was
his name now.
Tierbrin is our talking dog's name. When Tierbrin was knocked unconscious during that fight, him being the one with a red aura at the time in our group, they tested him with this knife, shook their head and fled.
They're trying to find someone, I think.
With a red aura.
Mhm.
Yes, they are.
Can I do
I wanna.
a check on him?
I wanna.
Yeah, go for it.
I wanna
The way he's
ding
looking.
the red aura thing,
Mhm.
just out of curiosity.
Tierbrin's lights up.
Just Tierbrin.
Just Tierbrin.
Okay. I'll put
Can
that
I
away.
do an insight or something as to how his mannerisms are? Like,
Yeah, give me an
is he, like
insight check.
shifting his eyes, thinking that there is somebody that he thinks it might be?
Sure.
I'm just gonna. I'm
Don't
just
blame
gonna
you.
insight. Normal insight.
Holy shit.
Natural
Normal
20.
insight.
All right. For 23. Yeah, he's got like that furrow brow, and you can see he's like muttering under his breath, like rapidly, like trying to like be like, this could be. Eyes kind of shifting a little bit.
You have an idea of who it might be?
Kenku assassins, part of a collective, green aura. They use deadly poisons. Did they seem coordinated? Skilled?
Yes.
Extremely.
They move like I've never seen before.
They're part of the Verdant Wing.
Spell that for me, Mike.
Verdant, Verdant, and Wing.
Okay.
Are they also in Gardas?
No, they're Susalian.
What are they doing here?
They're part of the Verdant House, one of the 5 households of Susail. Extremely skilled, extremely deadly. They almost never fail a mission. Primarily because, well, they're trained from birth, to my understanding.
They seem
That explains his memory loop.
Yes.
brainwashed.
Part of the collective, yes, that would make sense. It's an interesting theory. Why didn't I ever try that? Sounds useful. And they're supposed to kill themselves. How did you find this out?
One of them did kill themselves.
When they tried to kill themselves with their poison, I nullified the poison.
Magic. I love it, but this world really operates on a whole different spectrum with magic. It's just not fair, really.
You're one to talk. You're human. You should have been dead 100 years ago.
I know, but the great and wondrous kite blessed me with the gift of time. Praise be. Although it's running out. So.
What appear?
Well, as far as these Kenku assassins, he glances towards the door, and you can tell that there's something he wants to say, but he knows Freya's on the other side.
I will cast message.
Ah, okay.
What is it?
They were seeking Imperia.
I'll just nod.
Wait, guess he wasn't with us for that mission.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
That was
a weird coincidence.
honestly, that was my thought process. Was because she used a red aura.
She is a red aura.
Well, she faked
no.
a red aura.
Yeah, no, her color is red. Yeah, it's complicated. She actually, so you'll see when she comes back, she has a red aura again. The purple aura was a gift of Castellus' pact. Her aura is actually red.
Ah, okay, interesting.
It's not really a spoiler. You'll see it next week when she comes back.
Okay.
But yeah.
I don't get any of this. What he's messaging him.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Sorry, it's intentionally to keep it private,
Yeah.
Right.
so Freya doesn't hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can tell
They're doing something.
without even doing an insight check. Weirdly, Ein cares about Imperia. Like Ein actually seems to be concerned.
He lost one Imperia. He
There's
doesn't want to
one-
lose another.
He has enough love in his heart for one person
Yeah.
at a time.
Other than himself.
Right, of course. That's eternal.
His humanity is showing.
A little bit.
Disgusting.
Whatever.
Well then, is that all? That all you came to ask this old man? I expected a bit more, to be honest. I thought you'd have so many questions. Of course, I also expected to talk to Imperia, but... You mentioned daughters earlier. I'm supposing Vivian's joined your group. That's an interesting development.
Yes.
You seem to not have very much love for her. She resents you for it.
I know she does. It's good. It'll help her grow.
What
Trust
do
me, that's
you
not the way to
know
grow.
of? And Chris can't remember the proper wording. Something star. The thing.
Starbound or something.
Starbound.
Oh, the star-marked soul?
Yeah.
Star marked.
What do you know of the star marked?
This is unusual. This is the first in a while you've caught me at a complete loss. The star-marked?
Yes.
I would need to know more about what you're referring to.
If you don't know, then it doesn't matter.
Fair enough. These shackles are itchy. It's scratching under the shackle a little bit. Hmm.
So I do want to know why. Why did you think you had to kill Julian to get away? You're
Why?
Julius. You're so strong. If you're so strong, you could have just left.
I could have. Yes, you're right. But it wouldn't have been as convincing. See, when the Tear God Brat pissed off the Grand Archbishop, and I knew that the Inquisition would be following shortly, I had to make a very convincing escape so that even they wouldn't go looking for me. So I admittedly was pressed for time. You all went inside Pilgrim's Grace. I decided this would be a prime opportunity, literally prime opportunity. Used a bit of illusion work to make it look like bandits had been here, slit his throat, took the kids, knocked them unconscious, dragged them to the Traveler's Inn, and Journey's Inn. And then I beguiled a few other bandits to think that they'd done the deed, or rather that they'd found our belongings. Then all I had to do was disguise a body to look like me, and oh no, poor Ormond and Julius were the victims of a vicious bandit attack. I could have left Julius alive, but there was the chance that you'd have cured his memories, much as your own apparently did, dog. That clock tower was a good hideout. And if that happened, then cat's out of the bag, I'm afraid. Sorry. But I never cared for bards. I think I was doing the world a favor, really.
Tyrion is growling again.
Oh, I think he really needs to go out for a walk.
Morgana, do you have any questions for him?
Who is she, by the way? Like, points over to Morgana. We haven't been introduced, I don't believe, but I sense something very unique about you. It's been bugging me this whole time.
I am no one. I'm just here to
Oh, I don't believe that for an
feed the
instant.
fire if things get hot.
I see. I can appreciate that. I can't explain it, but there's something about you that really just resonates with me.
It might be the delusions of an old man.
Perhaps. Perhaps. Well, I suppose if that's all, you should leave me to be executed by Zivadona. Went through a lot of effort to get captured. It's probably best we just get on with this.
Becky's thinking of things.
Yeah,
God,
Chris
there's
is.
so much.
Yeah, if you guys want to
Yeah.
think, he's not going to
Yeah.
stop you. He's just going to sit there twiddling his thumbs. Do you ever notice that if you wear shackles long enough, it really just starts to feel really heavy? Like it weighs you down.
I wouldn't
That's the
know.
purpose.
I don't commit crimes like that.
Mm.
To have them.
How
You should
could
try
you
it
just,
sometime.
how could you just sit there, not caring about anything that you've done?
I found a
He's
long
fine.
time ago that if I tried to care, it'd just be too much effort. You have any idea how many people I've killed? How much I've done? Almost 200 years of murder. It's really just gotten out of hand.
And you're finally atoning for it.
Sure. Why not? Everyone has a redemption arc.
If it weren't for the fact that I knew that Giuliano
Would what? Speak up, doggy.
I would
Okay.
turn your throat out right now if not for her.
Come on. Do me a favor. I'm sure she's going to be very torturous about it. You'd get the satisfaction of it right here and now.
You deserve that torture.
That's mean. Not wrong, but mean.
I'm just trying. Becky's trying to think of all the shit.
Yeah,
that
give it some
happened.
time. There's no problem.
It's a lot of shit. Like, oh, what about
Why
the
didn't-
Inquisition?
Why didn't you kill me on the train? Why didn't you kill Camille when you had a chance?
That was so tempting. You have no idea. Your parents. I've dreamt about what I'm going to do to them for so long, and that's why I didn't. You see, if I killed you, I wouldn't have leverage. At the time, the plan was to just kidnap you. And then the train exploded, you know, it kind of got out of hand. But I was going to leverage your lives for theirs. Of course, someone beat me to the punch on your dad-mom situation, but that's fine.
At this point, Camille is raising
I'm
her sword.
sorry.
He's staring
you
Felix in the
know
face now.
something about my father.
Camille's raising her sword.
You mean your mom? Well, which one's the mommy? I get so confused on that situation.
At this point, I slam my hands on the table and start pushing it up against him.
Oh, careful, boy. I'm old now. Oh, don't have the constitution I did.
What
Yeah, I'm
do
definitely,
you know?
Your daughter's life depends on it.
I'm not so sure I believe you're actually going to hurt her anymore. You guys are too nice for that, but...
Try
what
me.
the hell? Oh, Felix. When you're trying to destabilize a country, wouldn't you go after the peacekeeper first? The one who could talk everyone down? The one who could calm the situation? Why would you let them go unharmed? I didn't do anything. I wish I did. Oh, truly. Would have been a dream come true. Hear his final screams. But no, I believe this is another one of Castellus's works.
Sure you're not just shifting the blame?
Oh, it's possible entirely.
Insight.
I don't think he would care to shift the blame.
Go for it.
He'd probably relish in the fact that he did it.
22?
Yeah.
I mean,
He probably has some kind of part, but
probably.
yeah. That's my
Up
feeling.
until then, you were still working with him.
Yes, unfortunately.
Whose minds have you messed with before getting on that train?
Oh, there's too many to count, really.
What royal minds have you messed with before getting on that train?
Ah, I see, I see. You're misunderstanding something. I had nothing to do with Tark's perversions. I admire that young prince. He has what it takes to be a sovereign. Have you ever heard of how King Welf Odette Calcifel actually died?
No.
We heard about the war.
Oh
It's
yes, the
possible.
war. The war occurred shortly after his death. Convenient, is it not? Almost like it may have been a trigger for something. They say he passed in his sleep. He was human after all, and he married an elven queen. She was going to outlive him for centuries. But he was a healthy man. Mid-60s, had some years left. And with all the magic in this world, there's no way a disease killed him. But poison, now it's a tricky thing when you're a royal. Trust me, I had many food testers. But again, magic. You have people to cure that before you even take a bite. Unless, I don't know, there was a kind young man that maybe you loved that brought you a midnight snack. Maybe with delusions of grandeur. God, I really wish I could meet him. I admire him so damn much.
You're saying...
Yes, Camille.
I sympathize with him. Do you know what it's like being born half elven to an elven mother who will outlive you? And told you'll never be on the throne. Not only are you the second prince, but your mother's never going to die. Not naturally. She's going to live 900 years. 600, I don't know. Elves are old. Meanwhile, he'll live a 200 to 300 maybe. If I were a strapping young ingenuitous man in his position, I'd start killing some lines to the throne. I didn't have to touch him.
And yet you know about it.
I'm just theorizing.
Inside again.
Yeah, Camille's just like the whole time sweat down her head like, is he lying? Really good on these insight
I'm
checks.
pretty sure
Repeatedly.
I don't really know.
Camille, definitely feels like he knows more than he's letting on. He's not just theorizing. There's some he's hiding something. But again, these are just rumors. After all, King Welf died in his sleep, and it destabilized a country which led to a civil war. Why would any prince want that? That doesn't make any sense. No, I'm just a silly old man. You want my advice? Get out of Calcifel while you can. Its days are numbered. And I mean that literally. I'm theorizing 2, maybe 3 more weeks. Before all hell breaks loose.
Oh.
I'm sure you're familiar with the good President Dane Fowl. A patient and honest and kind man who started a revolution not for self-interest, but for the people. Believing that Calcifel's theocracy was a corrupt form of government and wanted to equalize the distribution of power. An idiot, more or less, but same. Did you know that his wife recently passed from the Merc? Yeah. It's a shame. A grieving man will do many things in anger. And if the kingdom that may be responsible for such isn't taking the right acts of responsibility, isn't cleaning up their mess fast enough, well, he's liable to do anything.
That's right.
Unless there is a solution for the Merc.
Yes, perhaps that would change things.
Our job.
Yes, which I noticed. Congratulations, you've all cured yourselves. Very curious about that.
Yes, you would like to know, wouldn't you?
I was mostly being facetious. I don't have an aura. It doesn't really affect me. I'm one of those ones who could watch this whole country burn down around me, and I'd be fine.
Never wouldn't.
Well, we're not gonna fix any problems sitting here with this old geezer, are we?
No, you're not. Do tell my daughter when you see her to be well. I don't know if we're going to see each other again. I'd hoped to see her before leaving, to be honest, but is what it is, I suppose.
Shame.
Too
All
bad.
right.
Couldn't, Never mind. I'm just gonna get up. Felix, do you have anything else to say to this terrible, terrible man?
Where is he?
Keep in mind, my apologies, I'll have to be more specific, my boy.
If you know so much about your theories about where he is, what's being done to him, then you might be able to theorize where he's at.
Yes. I've theorized it. Why don't you lean in and I'll whisper it into your ear? We don't want the guards hearing about it.
I'll message again. I'm waiting.
I'd never tell you in a million years. Was the reply.
I kicked the table with enough force that puts him on his ass.
Yeah, it pushes him back. Oh! Knocked out of the chair. Huge sound.
I'm gonna block the door.
Oh, what are you gonna do? You said?
I'm blocking the door.
Blocking the door. There is a knock. It says, "What's going on in there?"
Guys, listen, I know he's getting under your skin. But we can't
Oh,
do
you
it
want to
anymore.
know so badly where Daddy is, don't you? He just kind of slowly gets up. You'll have to ask the prince yourself, but I don't feel like he's gonna say much else either. Oh, and good luck accusing the second prince of treason in open and broad view of everyone else. I can't wait to see what they do to you. This is almost as good as killing him myself, to be honest.
Let him get under your skin, guys. We can't do anything rash here.
Oh yes, don't do anything rash. Like slitting a bard's throat. You know, I was considering keeping him alive and taking him with me as entertainment on the road, you know. I thought of all the things I'd do. He's used to entertaining on the road. I figured maybe he'd be able to scream for me a bit.
Jared starts to say God's mantra over and over.
Oh, your dog broke.
Ein,
You're such a sociopath.
you were a useful well of information, but now you're just pathetic. Felix,
I can see why your daughters don't really love you.
we'll find your
You've
father.
said that again. Daughters?
Yes.
Curious. She still believes it.
Doesn't matter if she is or not. She considered you, but you're too terrible of a man to even want 2 daughters, let alone 1. And now you'll probably never see them again.
I wouldn't be so sure.
You don't deserve
Bill doesn't know this.
Imperia.
She's too kind of a soul. We actually like her.
Oh, well, then you're the fools. You don't know what kind of person she could be.
You're
Not
right,
the kind of person
but we do know what kind of person you are.
Anyway, I suppose I better be off to be executed then. It's going to be a long journey. All right.
Freya, I think we're done.
The door opens, and Freya steps in. Oh, you guys had a lot of questions, that's for sure. Right. Well, disappointed as I am to not see Evelyn again, I suppose that'll be all. She looks over to Ein. This clears my end of the bargain. You're going to give me no more trouble, right? Oh, no trouble at all, my dear. I'm quite content. This was everything I'd hoped for. Maybe not everything. As much as I could. Suppose, give my regards to Dior and Filianor and Tyrion. Starts cackling in his chair. What do you guys do?
Tyrion is still charting the mantra, just trying.
Morgana's trying to usher Felix and Camille out.
Freya,
Okay. Yes.
what are your plans with this disappointment of a man?
He'll be brought before Zivadona, claimed chieftain of Bardest, and whatever she does with him is her decision, but my assumption is execution. She is fickle, though. She may keep him as a slave for a number of years. She does that sometimes.
I think it would be wiser to end him as soon as possible.
That is not of my decision, unfortunately. She has claimed his life. He belongs to her now. After all, she had great affection for the bard, apparently. A rare thing for the claimed chieftain.
I know. And he did for her as well.
Can you do me a favor, Freya?
I'll do my best. If it pleases me.
I think my father and my mother would like a few choice words with Ein.
Are they here?
I just want you to send them a message as to where Ein is or where he's going.
I can't do that. After you leave, we have to head out. We've got to get back to Bardest. We've been here long enough. The claimed chieftain is getting impatient. And I'm not going to offer an invitation to Zivadona's throne room without her permission. If you'd like to let them know that they can find this creature at Devest Orlan, you may. I'll put it in general.
Mm-hmm. I just needed to know the location. Thank you.
Oh, Freya. I have
Yes.
something I'd like you to give to Zivadona, please. It's from Julius.
She walks over, leans down her 8-foot frame, kneels down to you. Yes.
He'll manifest his T-arms, reach into his bag, and crumple the lever and hand it to her.
She glances at it briefly. I'll make sure she gets it. And pockets it. I really am disappointed Evelyn's not here, but I have a job to do. And I really hate this kingdom anyways, so let's get this out. Alright, you up. And points to Ein, and she just grabs him roughly and just lifts him up. Oh, I do like strong women.
Here we know.
And Freya begins to march him out of the hall past you guys. At that point, Camille, you get a message. It's from Tolika. I believe that Miss Imperia and Vivian are ready for reintroduction to the group. Where could I meet you?
Where are we?
You're in Irmis, in the
Okay,
Brass Flames upper suite.
We're in the Brass Flame upper suite.
Look,
Crazy
Karen's not
people.
saying that. AJ's saying that.
What?
AJ was just reminding you to mention Indyrmis.
In Irmis. Right.
In Yermis, yeah.
Irmis. You get another message. Irmis. Understood. Meet you there momentarily. As Freya is marching Ayn out.
Alright. I'm okay with this. I'm not gonna say anything
I'm-
else. Okay.
Okay.
I'm a little surprised, everyone. I thought Strategy Dog was going to try to force me to attack him.
You hear deep down, AJ. I'd like to play a little bit more with you. And if you attacked that man, you'd have died very quickly.
How? Stand up.
Even a bound animal is still very dangerous when cornered. You should know that better than any.
At this, Jaren actually looks up, worried at Freya.
Freya just passes by.
Uh,
You do note. Give me a quick perception check, Tyrbrin.
sure, let's Aurora this.
Like 3. Ayn is smiling and like humming to himself. Does not look like the man sentenced to death that he is.
Felix, Morgana. Something's not right. Don't think I expects to actually be killed.
I mean, brought before Zivadonis.
Listen,
If she plans on killing him, she's going
The
to
door closes as Freya leaves and goes to the hallway. As you guys are.
yes.
And what can we do
Zivadono-
about it? If we try and
Zivadono-
kill him, we'll be killed ourselves by Freya and her goons.
Maybe we.
I don't like talking up my evil aunt here, but if she plans on killing him, she's gonna rip him apart. And if she plans on keeping him as a slave, he will most certainly know what suffering really is.
It's not Zivadona, I'm afraid, that wouldn't be able to kill him. It's Freya delivering him I'm worried about. Gina said something that has me concerned.
Well, why don't we? God.
We can just follow them.
I-
There's nothing against that.
Yes, if it's the travel you're worried about, then if we can travel with them until Toe gets back to us, he could teleport them.
I'd rather not go at Bardest.
I understand you don't want to. I'm
I
saying.
will note, Morgana, Freya never looked at you once. Just for your reference, she didn't seem to recognize you, if it helps.
I don't know.
I
Do you want
I
to
don't
offer
like-
to accompany them? Is that what you're suggesting? Sorry.
I'm not sure.
Tyrbrin, what were you saying?
So I'm not sure if that'd be insulting to them or not.
Who cares? Who cares about insulting people? He just insulted like my family. He just
Insulted,
insulted
Everyone.
everyone.
Ayn is a piece of shit, though.
Yeah,
Listen,
but he has a way
I-
with words.
I could see his face.
Chris?
He was-
Yeah?
Because of how Felix has been this campaign, I'd like to give you an opportunity to give me an intelligence check real quick for something. I don't want to give away too much, but there's something I want to see if Felix picked up on with Ayn's wording.
Sure. Let's get the lowest roll I okay.
That's
21! Damn.
horrible.
The 19
No.
on the die. So, I'm not saying this is for sure, but Felix, you've heard the story of like how Ayn was defeated and like ran away and everything. You know that, and Camille knows this as well. With your parents have kind of given you guys the red alert if you ever see Ein, like
Yes.
run story, because he's out there somewhere was the theory. Because Dior has the magic flower that like blooms while he's alive and everything. You know that when God's Ascent was destroyed, the theory is that Ein died and was revived by the elixir of immortality that he had. He just told you Castellus saved his life,
This is totally elixir.
which implies he still has the effects of the elixir and will revive to full power when he dies.
Freya! I burst out the door.
Okay. You guys,
I didn't remember that.
Felix just like that's why I figured it's been so long. I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
get the reference. Felix, you burst through the door. There are a number of her goons in the hall after, and they
Jesus.
immediately hold weapons up to block you as Freya is like marching him out, and she stops. What?
This man, he...
Really out of
You-
shape.
bastard.
He turns and kind of smirks at you. What's wrong?
This
with you?
man needs to be sentenced to death twice.
Freya's like, I'm not sure I understand. I've
He
never
claimed-
killed someone twice.
He claimed that he was saved, and our parents told us that he drank the elixir of life. When he dies,
You
he
see-
will come back.
You see Ein, his eyes kind of glisten, and he's like, smarter than you look. She looks down at him. Is this true? It may be.
And it's unknown if he'll return to a younger, more powerful age when this happens. Death is what he wants.
Chris, give me an insight check, real quick.
Because I'm angry, everything I'm doing is with Aura.
I'll give you that. That's fair.
So,
If he doesn't get it after
advantage.
he said that, can I make an insight?
Another
Yeah,
21.
okay.
you got it.
Felix, you just realized all this time, the conversations, the poking, the prodding, he wanted you to slit his throat. He
Mhm.
wanted you to reach across the table and stab him in the face. He's intentionally not with his vestments, intentionally shackled. He wants someone to just snap his neck because, and you think you may have nailed it, the elixir will probably return him to whatever state he was in when he drank it.
Oh.
Ooh.
Such as when he was young and powerful. You see Iron begins to...
Oh god, I hate this guy.
So what's it gonna be then? Freya looks up to her, and you can tell there's like a power exchange right now as Ein has gained all the ground, and Freya is like, so what?
So you're saying we can't kill him?
Not
He's gonna
only
have to
can
rot
we
in a
not
jail
kill
cell.
him, but he's literally on a timer to reset.
I'm an old, frail man after all.
So we just need to keep you in jail and healthy.
Unfortunately, it's not your decision anymore. It's Z for donuts. And I hear
Well,
she's
once we
very
tell her.
wrathful.
I'm sure she
Well.
wants to give you the most excruciating death, but if she knows, I think she'll side with us on
We'll
this.
see. We'll see, dear. We'll see, won't we? Well, you won't. You'll never see me again. Until I come back for you. And I will. I promise it.
And I'll kill you.
I promise it.
And kill you. And
Every
kill
fiber of my being. You just might have to. I
You.
might
Use
take a
your
few times to
fingers.
make it permanent.
Camille, can't your parents do anything? They were the heroes of the land, right?
Oh, yes, I suppose. Oh, if you'd like to extradite me to the Holy Land for punishment, they could do something. But, Freya, what would Zivadona say about her prey being stolen?
Yeah, of course I'm not.
And
going
Freya turns to you guys, and she looks very confused at all this. She's like, I have my orders. This man's life belongs to the claimed chieftain.
Let us...
Just tell.
Let you what?
Let us go with you and speak with her.
Huh.
We don't really have an invitation to the throne room, like I said before.
Yes.
Would Evelyn
however-
come?
Who's that? Who's asking?
Freya.
I will try my best.
She comes over and leans down over you. You will do better than that. I'm not suffering all of you if I don't have her as well. At which
That's
point,
great. He's already on her
at which
way.
at which point, you get a message, Camille, from Tolico saying, just arrived in Yermis. Not sure where the brass flame is. We'll ask around.
Okay.
Are you just gonna leave me hanging?
No. Need Pyria now. Oh wait, I can say it however long I can.
You can say
right?
it. Yeah, his. I'm gonna be honest. Tolico's message is a little bit more advanced than most wizards. You can just say whatever you want. He's basically using telepathy at this point.
Ayn is here.
What a way to start it.
You started it with Ionis here.
Ayn is here. Being taken by Freya to Zivadona.
There is a flash of light as a gate spell activates. And in the room behind you, Tolico, Vivian, and Imperia appear. And that is where we're going to have to leave off until next weekend.
Okay. I'm really sorry, Dave. I don't want to take you there. But...
If I'm seen by Zivadona or a bounty hunter,
Hey Felix,
we are
do you have
fucked.
do you have your dad's uncanny ability to make up?
No.
Disguising.
I don't.
Damn it!
You could ask Tolico for something while he's here, maybe.
Oh, hey, look
But,
who's here.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, boys,
See?
is gonna go
My
back.
best is really good. It was almost
Tolico, I
instant.
need some kind of cloaking spell. I need a not Morgana spell.
You need to
Be
alter
arranged,
self.
actually.
Or
Alter
not
self or
Morgana
alter
robes.
other is what we
Can
need.
actually be
Pretty sure he
arranged.
knows polymorph.
Make
Yeah, I was gonna
me
say,
a
there's ways.
man.
Oh yeah.
I don't even want to be a female. Make me a man.
In fact, there's
Oh,
actually a
man.
very simple way. I'll think of something, but yeah, yeah. So we will end this here for next week, next weekend when Megan can join us and she can come in as Imperia stumbling into this nightmare
Shit
clusterfuck.
show.
Oh, that went so nicely, and now I have a direction. I'm gonna be honest. I expected that to be how this goes. Me and Dave were talking in the car last night, and he mentioned like, what if we want to go with them to make sure Ayn actually dies this time? And I was like, oh, I didn't think of that. Now I can't sleep. Like I can't think of anything else. How do I plan for next session? Because I don't know if you're gonna stay in Calcifel or go to a Bardas. Like, that's a whole other thing.
That makes a lot of sense as to why you wanted to do this now.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly why I had to do this mini session, because I had no fucking clue if you're gonna fight the Bahir, if you're gonna go back to Kaitark to talk to the prince, because I knew Ayn was gonna say shit, or if you were gonna make sure he fucking dies and go to Bardas because he's already avoided it once before.
Which
Yeah.
now we know
I mean,
wasn't due to the first.
Oh, it was so fun poking you guys and being like, stab him, stab him, stab him, stab him. It's what he wants. It's what he wants.
Oh, thank you for giving me a check to realize that.
Well, I
Also,
don't like
not just
it's-
these characters too might have not known about it.
right. It's tough because I don't want to give you guys information that you don't have, but it's been a long time, and that campaign ended a year ago, and like it ended like last May, I think, or something like that. So it's been a while, and you guys did learn, like your parents would have given you the emergency Ein is a monster and he's out there speech. And he sort of slipped up. He sort of like, you guys asked about Castellus and everything, and he mentioned that he saved him, and that's why he was kind of endeared to him, and that implies that he didn't need saving by the elixir, which means he still has it. So, yeah. I was gonna potentially have that wonderful twist later on when he comes back at full power, but now we'll just play it out. We'll play it out. So now, Megan did say she'll go along with whatever the party goes with. So we're pretty much locked into you guys are going with them to Bardas. And I will plan. I will plan accordingly. I mean, you guys can always come back to Calcifel. You've got like the Behir will still be there. There's still stuff to do here, obviously, but I can't. Like I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, they still have to like take care of the Merc and everything. But this is Ein. He's got to die.
I'll have my next character made up.
Might be a good idea for all of you to be safe.
Yeah.
So I will start planning for next week. We're going to start with finishing up this conversation and then move towards you guys caravanning with Freya to go to Bardest. I mean, it's possible Toloko could teleport you guys some of the way, but there's a lot of people.
Yeah,
Toloko can't teleport. That's sort of the problem. Is Freya has slaves she's bringing along too. She's like, this is more than just the people here. So Toloko can't like gate that many people at once is the problem.
If only we had the giant Reaper scythe thing.
Right, that dimensional scythe. So
Yeah.
Toloko might be able to help a little, but not much. He'll probably be more like helping in like disguising Morgana and giving you guys like items and tips and stuff. Also, he's probably gonna go slap Ein in the face real quick, but we'll get to that. All right,
I have an
guys.
idea how to kill Ein, guys. We're gonna go ahead while he's old.
We gotta kill him, and then we gotta kill him again.
No, we're gonna kill him and watch his old dead body fall into our porthole and then fold it up.
Fortunately, you can break out with a DC 10 strength check.
Oh,
damn it.
I know, it says it right there.
Really
It's
tight.
so easy. It's so easy to break out of the dimensional
sit
space.
on it.
I'm so sad.
Well, yeah, otherwise it'd be so easy to kill
Just murder
I'll
anyone you
destroy
want.
it. I'll
Yeah.
burn it.
What if we
I will
use
burn
duct
it.
tape?
Put him in the portable hole, and then put the portable hole in the bag of folding.
And then light it on fire.
Wouldn't that cause an effect similar to?
Well, the bag of folding is in a dimensional space.
Oh, that's
It's
true.
not like a bag of holding style. But if you guys got a bag of holding and then did the astral thing, that'd be interesting.
That'd be a way to
Do something.
So here's the thing, though, from a completely player perspective, that's still an off-screen death.
I know, and that's what I think. When David mentioned that in the car, I was like, "You guys are right. He's right." Because you guys aren't going to trust an off-screen death. You guys need to see the corpse of Ein, and then see it incinerated, and then spit on it, like.
And then call our parents up and be like, "Hey, that flower dead, yo?"
Right? Yeah, and you have to call Dior and be like, "Is the flower dead?" And then when he says yes, you can finally rest.
Okay, yeah, we are at.
But like, total cheeky DM here. I was totally planning on Ein coming back and being the whole like, "I thought you were dead." Like, psych, bitches. So now it's. We'll see what happens.
Because he was like
right, he was gonna
a
Obi-Wan
20th
himself.
level dragon rider.
Yeah, he was like a max level dragon rider gunslinger hybrid because he had the guns and everything. Plus he has you don't know where they are. He doesn't have them on him, but he has the prime vestment of time. He took the prime vestment of language, Vox, from Dirk, I think it was, or whatever it is. Drig.
Yeah.
He also has investments of illusion and fire. He's got 4 investments, 2 of them prime, and then 3 of them he's attuned to for the last like 200 years almost.
And I mean, they are
Guy's
batteries at
dangerous.
this point, but
Yeah, no, they are batteries, and you imagine he's probably used a lot of their energy surviving this time, but
But a
Or
young
use
one
all
could
of them but
probably
one.
replenish the power in those.
possibly, and he'd also have his own abilities, and it's a whole thing.
Eh,
So, anyways, we will see what happens. I was sad to realize that this might be the way it goes because there's still so much to do in Calcifel, but
we'll come
also,
back.
yeah, but also you guys get to see Bardest. You get to see
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
continent. It's cool. So I'm gonna get that ready.
Get to resolve my
Morgana's
story.
plot's gonna come a lot sooner.
We're gonna get smashed with it so hard.
Oh boy. All
I
right,
don't
guys. Well,
understand entirely the relationship between you two,
Between
she's my
Morgana and Zivadona.
it's literally aunt, like literally by
Okay,
family.
let me rephrase that. I don't understand if the aunt's gonna kill Morgana on sight.
Oh, yeah, that's hard to
What
say.
you do, Morgana?
I
She
don't
was
know.
born.
I know.
Zivadona's bounty hunter Vex is the one that killed my mother.
Mhm.
Morgana did explain that, so
She did.
Morgana's
It's been a
being
while. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. She's being hunted by a bounty hunter that works for Zivadona named Vex Orion, who his Orion's hunters are a group of dragon slaying bounty hunters that work directly for Zivadona.
Also
So-
killed my father too.
Killed both of Morgana's parents and have been hunting for Morgana for years.
Yep.
You
So
got some
And
feelings,
you're
bro.
silver
Damn.
plattering me to them.
Hi.
yeah. Who knows? Maybe she'll be so tickled and like entertained and amused by the idea of you coming into her den. She'll be like, I don't really know what to do with this. I wasn't prepared. I'll murder you later. It's
Despite
okay.
what you have done, you're still family, and I wanted you to know that Mr. Ein is an evil man, and if you kill him, he's gonna come back even stronger. And please don't kill me.
I'm gonna try to ride you or something.
I mean, maybe you could make it into like a bribe thing. It's like, I have brought you Ein. Do not kill me. And be like,
No,
accept your
no,
offer.
don't even pose that idea, Becky.
What?
What? What?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, that gives the DM ideas. I don't want us to repeat it, even
does,
though you can
doesn't
watch it back.
What is it?
He can watch it back, yeah.
I'm
He'll-
coming
he'll
back
do
at
it.
full power and being like, "Hey, Zivadona, you're my new dragon for my dragon riding."
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you can't force that on a dragon.
Okay.
It has to be a pact forged between them.
Well, Ein is good at making relations.
I don't know. He killed the one she loved.
Hmm.
I doubt she's gonna turn that easily.
He burned a bridge pretty early on with her.
That's true.
We'll see.
Yeah, and this woman, you know, if she loved anything, then it was taken from her. She's ain't gonna be too pleased.
Hmm.
Okay, well, we will pick this up next week with Megan joining us, and I don't know what day we're doing. I don't know if it's. I'd prefer Saturday. I think David's busy Sunday, so let's try for Saturday if it's available.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see. Let's see. For
Okay.
Sins of the Father, Part 2.
I
wiggle.
love it.
Oh God, this is gonna be crazy.
It'll be fun.
It'll be something.
All right, guys, I'll see ya.
Yep. See you later.
Have a good week.
You too.
Yeah, you too.
Y'all
All right.